Today, teachers, I'm going to show you one of the two new features that are showing up in Google Meet. One being that Jamboard is now integrated into Google Meet. To show you this, first thing we do is we're going to launch a meeting. So I start Chrome. I make sure that I'm in my district account. Again, I see the Gmail, so that tells me I'm in my personal. I switch here. See no Gmail, so I'm no longer in my personal. I go to Meet. See, I'm going to move my webcam over here. So we can see the menus on the right side. Join a meeting. I'm just going to call this sample meeting. Continue. Okay, join now. Okay. You'll notice when you join that something may have changed up here. You see this right here. This is for activities. This shows us we can now do breakout rooms in Google Meet. But that's not what I want to talk to you about yet. I will be doing that later in this video. For now, I want to talk about Jamboard. To see Jamboard, you go right over here to your ellipses, or the three vertical dots. Click on it. And right here it says Whiteboard, open a jam. A file in Jamboard is called a jam. Click on that, and you'll be given a choice. You can start a whole brand new Jamboard jam session, or you can choose one that you previously created. If you open a new one, it'll create a new Jamboard. To share this Jamboard, you would click on share. You would get a link. You want to change this. Okay. So you want to keep it with Laredo ISD, but if you want to just show them, you would leave it as viewer. If you want them to be able to interact with this jam, you would need to change it to editor. And you can do this on the fly. As you go, you would copy the link, click done, and then you would paste the link in the chat. See, it already pasted it for us. That's something I didn't know it would do. So, it's already shared. I just changed it so they could edit it. So, now, the jam is shared. If you want to present it, you go present now. You can either do your entire screen, a window, or a Chrome tab. And I do believe this would be a Chrome tab. Yes, there's a Jamboard right there. You click share. And it would be sharing, and you can have this running off to one side. If you wanted to, you could bang it against one side and then do this with the other, and it would resize. You can still continue to watch what's going on in the classroom as you're working on the jam. Okay? Now, that's one. That's if you open a new one. And you'll have all your tools open to you. And they just added something else too. I just noticed new tools. You got the shapes. Now they've added text boxes. So that's going to be nice. So now we can put text boxes besides sticky notes. That's even better. And they got shapes that you can draw too. That's cool. So, That's neat. Let's see what else has changed. Sticky note's still the same. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. That's if you want to create a new one. What if you want to share one that you've already created? So that was how we use Jamboard if we're starting with a brand new file. What if you want to open one that you've already pre-prepared? You would go again to the 3 ellipses, open a jam, choose from drive. Okay. Click the one you want to use, and then click on Open Jam. Again, it pastes the jam into the chat so that you don't have to do it. Now, again, as I showed you in the one for the brand new one, you have to decide whether you want them to watch or you want them to interact. And again, to do that, you would click on Share. Click Share for change link to Jamboard. Now, right now it's set to Viewer. If you want them to be able to edit, you change it to Editor, then click Done. It's updating the link. You do not have to change the link in the chat box. It updates on the fly. See, permission updated. So now the students can interact with the Jamboard and edit. If you want them, if you decide you want to turn it off because you're going to be presenting something else to them or you're going to do some explanation, again, you can click on Share, change, get link, change it from Editor to Viewer, and click Done. And again, it updates the permission and they're no longer able to edit. And that's how you would be able to call up Jamboard. And if you want to present, as before, Present Now, Chrome tab, choose your Jamboard, and click Share. Now you're sharing your jam with your students in the Meet. And you can stop it by clicking right here where it says Stop. Okay? And that's all there is to using Jamboard inside your Google Meet. Thank you for your time. Teachers, Miss Anna Garza has graciously agreed to help me show you what happens when we do the polls and the Q&As. Okay, as you see here, we have under the chat area, we have the triangle, square, and the circle. We have breakout rooms, polls, and questions and answers. So for the polls, only the host can do a poll. So your students can't be doing polls. So you can ask a question. Sky. It helps if you spell it right. Blue, green. You can make it as long as you want. Red. Okay. Launch. And then the students answer. You see the poll, Miss Garza, in the chat? Click on launch. And then the students answer. You see the poll, Miss Garza, in the chat?
Let me see, hold on. Okay.
I want this
Okay, yes, I see. What color is the sky? Blue, green, red. Okay, so I'm gonna vote. There, I voted.
See? And then here on the teachers, you get a running tally of who votes for what, of what's being happened. You can turn this option on and let the teachers see, let the students see what the results are. Can you see the results now? Can you see the results now?
Yes, I see blue, one vote, and then I want to have 0 votes.
Okay. And when the teacher's done, the teacher can click end poll. I found out from when I was looking at it earlier, Google Meet will send you an email with the total results of the poll. Or you can do a question and answer. You can turn on Q&A. I can allow questions from the students. So would you post a question, Ms. Carson?
Yes, let me see. Oh, look, ask a question. There, I posted a question.
And then I can thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. I can ask a question. Yeah, you can see all the questions. You can tell what order they're in if you want. And then you can see all the questions. You can tell what order they're in if you want oldest first or newest first or most popular. You can see all questions, unanswered questions, answered questions, or hidden questions. You see here on the I, you can see mark it as hidden. You can mark it as answered, or you can delete the question. Again, when you're done with the meeting, Google Meets will send you an email with with a spreadsheet with all the answers to all the questions and answers. And that's all there is to that. The feature everybody's been wanting for. There's been an extension for it. Okay. Here's the thing when you're in the main room. This will show you everybody that's in the room. Smallest number of breakout rooms you can have is 2. You can increase. And what you would do is you would drag their names down to what room you want them in. Then you would click create, and it would send each student to their set of rooms. Okay. Shuffle means just that. It'll shuffle the names. And then clear takes everybody out of the breakout rooms and back into clears your choices here. You would create, it would move them into the rooms. They could always come back to the main room. And when you're done, you would just stop the meeting. You see, I copied the participants' names to each breakout room. So now I click create. The other thing that's coming is blur your background. It's right here. You just click on it, it turns it on, and it blurs the background around you. Nice feature if you're doing your meeting from home. You don't want anybody to see what's going on. Okay. The other thing here is the accessibility controls. If you turn off quick access, that means everybody has to ask permission to join the meeting, including people from LISD. You can turn off sharing your screen so students can't share their screen. You can turn off the chat so nobody can be able to chat. Now, this one also appears over here under chat where you can turn it on and off as you need it. Okay. Also, you go here, it brings up the host controls from the main settings screen. Okay. Now, when you have the easy quick access turned off, anybody that tries to join the meeting and ask, and if you reject them twice in a session, they can't ask to join the session again. They're permanently blocked for that session. And under Google Education accounts, by default, it's set so that you cannot join the meeting anonymously. It can be turned on to allow anonymous joining, but it has to be done deliberately. It's automatically turned off by default. And those are all the updates for Google Classroom. Also, sorry, I take that back. There's one more. You will now be getting an email from Google Meets with a CSV file attached. It's going to end with .csv. This is Google Meet attendance. Google Meet is now sending you a file with everybody that was in the meeting for all meetings that have 5 or more people in them. It will have what time they joined the meeting and how long they were in the meeting. I haven't seen one yet. That's what teachers that have gotten one have told me appearing. So don't delete those emails. They're good documentation about who's in the meeting and how long they've been in the meeting. It will back you up if you have a student that's not there. Okay, this is the email I got from Google Meets for the meeting I just did with Ms. Garza about the questions and the polls. So you can click here. You can open in Drive. You have a Google Meets folder called Meeting Reports, a Google folder, right? It's going to give you the date and the time that the meeting took place. Okay. Polling results, it just opens in a spreadsheet, a Google Sheet. Who answered and what they answered. Okay. And the same thing for the question and answer. Okay. Just upvotes and down upvotes. If probably if somebody voted it down, they'd have another one. And then what actions were done by the moderator or the submitter. Submitter can delete their question if they want. Okay. And those are the results of what happens when you get an email from Google Meets about your meetings. Now you can, if you don't want to be dealing with these, you can set up a rule in Outlook, online or offline. Right here where it says rules, create a rule. Okay. You have the email selected. When I get an email from here, where do I want it to go? Google emails, Google Meet reports. I want it to go there. Okay. Some advanced options. Okay. Next things. I wanted to move to a specified folder, and I want it marked as red. That's it, and I'm finished. Okay. So what it'll do from this point on, when the email comes in from meets no reply, meetings no reply, it'll move it to this folder right here, Google Meet Reports, and mark it red for me automatically. So I don't have to worry about it. Thank you.